Hi, I'm Morgan Jones. I'm a senior at St. Francis, and I'm the CEO of our robotics team.
Awesome, and being the CEO of the robotics team, how have you grown to become this leader and inspiring other women to do the same?
Oh wow, it's been quite the journey. I joined robotics as a freshman, and that one was kind of a surprising thing. No one in my life expected me to do this, like at all. The closest thing I had to underwater robotics before joining was I was a competitive swimmer. I would not touch like anything robotics, engineering. I was like really afraid of it. But I saw something on the St. Francis website and was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. So I tried it out and I made it on, and I just grew to really love it. And then I worked my way up through the team, and then last year I started my first year as the CEO, and I really liked it. And I think I've grown a lot as a leader just with time and coming into it and getting to greater understand our team and what we want to accomplish, and further understand how big of a deal it really is that we're an all-female team who's competing on the world stage, and we are one of the only, if not the only, all-female team, and just to know how really special that is. I think it's just really cool. I was on the first team that won at regionals, and that was such a unique and beautiful experience. It was really cool to see the competition coordinator. Her name's Jill. She's super great. She almost cried to see an all-female team win. She was so proud of us, and she's just the best. And it's super interesting to see how an all-female team actually approaches things from an engineering perspective differently than other teams.
Yeah, and you mentioned, the all-female team. How does it feel, when you're going into college and you're gonna obviously not have a whole female team? Mm-hmm. What do you think the difference is gonna be, and how are you gonna use the things that you've learned from being on this women's team going to co-ed?
Yeah, I think that's a really great question. I think that there's a lot of different things that I've learned. We work here at the St. Francis Lab on Mondays, where it's just us, and that's really nice to be able to spend time with the team, of it just being all girls, and to really focus on different parts of our ROV. But the other thing that we do is we go to Jesuit every Saturday, and so that's something I pushed really hard for us to do both last year and this year, was for us to go back to Jesuit and work in their lab. They have a really fantastic lab, but I also think that it's really important that as an all-female team, we have the opportunity to work with and be around a team of boys, just because if we're realistic, the entire industry, we're not going to have the luxury of being on a fantastic all-female team all the time. And so I think it's really important for us to gain the skills, but most importantly, the confidence to be assertive about our ideas and our knowledge, and to know that we can collaborate with them and really bring important stuff to the table.
How do you want to affect the way that the STEM and engineering companies and industry is growing in that way?
Yeah, I think that it's all about bringing representation into it. I think that it's super, super important to bring more exposure to fields like engineering. Mm-hmm. I think that it's something that is super amazing and it's super fun. And I think that a lot of girls aren't pushed towards it, but I think that shining the spotlight on a field like engineering, there's a lot of girls who would actually really enjoy it. And so I think that it's about bringing exposure to engineering, but also mentoring young women along the way, so that they know once they get to a job in engineering that they're meant to be there and they worked their way there, and that they have a seat at the table that they earned. I think that's super important.